First note on this puppy, series is sum. Like 1 plus 4 plus 7. Commas is sequences, plus signs is series. So we've got a more complicated formula for adding the terms. And I'm just going to present them first, and then we will calculate or show where at least where one of them comes from. All right. So calculate using both formulas. As it turns out, both formulas can be used. Sometimes one formula is easier to use and sometimes the other is, depending on what you're given. So no, there is no difference between parentheses and brackets. If you're given the first term but not the last term, then, and you're given D, then it's easier to use this first formula. Stuff into a calculator, don't forget all the parentheses. Yay. This formula is easy to remember. But you do need to know what the last term is. So if I'm looking for n equals 8, to remember the previous formula for finding a term. Okay, once we've got that, it's all pretty straightforward. Stuff into a calculator. Is this 164? Yes, it is. Kill surprise. All right, find the first 3 terms. We're going to, using SN, I'll use the average formula because I have the first and last terms, but they defined N first, so. I suggest multiplying both sides by 2 rather than figuring out what the decimal is. Mumble, 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 you keep doing it, and it's 10. Okay, now we find D. In order to find the first 3 terms, we need D. Okay. I'm going to keep writing the formula down so that you start to memorize it a little better. Okay, subtract out 52, divide by 9, D is 7. So we're adding 7 every time. All right. 59 plus 7. Asked for the first 3 terms, voila. Okay, the sigma, that's a capital sigma. We have briefly seen lowercase sigmas, but capital sigma for sum, and we're going to write out all of the terms. This k equals 3 to 5. So it's read sum as k goes from 3 to 5. Start at 3, keep going till you get to 5. By ones. This particular notation doesn't really have a way to make you count by twos or anything. It's just whole numbers going from what to whatever. So 2 times 3 first, and then 2 times 4, and we end when k gets to 5. So this is just 6 plus 8 plus 10. So notice counting by twos, you have to build the by twos into the formula rather than into the notation. Okay, so start with -2. -2 plus 5 is 3. Then we're going to keep going until we get to +2. Okay, so 3. It's a sum, so it's a series, so the plus signs. Plugging in -1 plus 5 is 4. 0 plus 5, 1 plus 5, and then finally 2 plus 5. Okay, and we can use the formulas at the top of the page to figure out what the total is. That's what we're going to be doing in the next little section there. Plug in 0, plug in 1, plug in 2. Stop. Okay. 2 to the k, 2 to the 1, 2 to the 2, 2 to the 3, 2 to the 4. Notice that's how we're going to get geometric sums, which we are not doing formulas for yet. Okay, so what have we got? First, so we're going to use the n times the average of the first and last. So the number of terms is 15 because we're going from 1 to 15. If we plug in k values, the first term is okay, 4 times 15 plus 3 is 63. So we're doing 7 plus, let me figure out what, plug in 2. Oh. So basically I'm looking at this, so we'll do, the sum is n times the average. Of the beginning and end. So stuff into calculator time. All right. What if we're counting from 3 to 8? Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 6 terms. Here's how we do it. Let me write in words first. Okay, why adding 1? Because you got to count the 3 and the 8. And subtracting only finds you how far it is between them. All right, so plugging in the first number, 7, right? -6 plus 13. Plugging in 4, we have -8 plus 13. Plugging in the last number, Negative 16 plus 13 is negative 3. Okay. Okay, the only two that we really care about is the beginning term and the end term. So the grand total would be 12.